Good, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me for another Lok style Tai Chi and Qi Gong class. Let's take right hand in fist, please, and left hand straight. Pull back that thumb with feet together, hands together, and we salute. Thank you. Okay, so let's open our stance and we'll just do a little bit of freestyle warming. Well, not freestyle, but Qi Gong type warming. So we do a little bounce and a swing and breathe. I could not have done this movement a couple of days ago with a sore hand, so it's great able to do it now. Good. We're going to do what's called the dolphin slap. So we lift the hands up and slap down with a little bounce. Good, just getting the chi pumping. Good, now we're going to do our little, like a walk. We're going to turn the waist and let the arms swing. So you can see from the side, let momentum do its thing, breathe. Good. And we'll do the butterfly, so we come up over the top. I think they technically call this one rowing the boat. Breathe. Good, and change direction. It's about this time you realize if the temperature in the warm is the temperature in the room is the right one, or if it's too warm or too cool. Good, one hand to waist, and we swing out and out, swing and swing, and breathe. So you're allowed to actually push your heel out. Normally in Tai Chi we say keep your feet down, but this one you're allowed. A little bit of a kidney exercise. Good. And of course we change and breathe. Good. And now something similar. Now we open the toes, turning on the heel as we swing both arms down and up to the sides. A little bit of a bounce in between to give some momentum. Good. And back to center. We're just going to very gently walk it off. Gently, gently. Return to center. Well done. So I can't remember the name of that Qi Gong set. Maybe if you know it, you can share it in the comments or something. There is a name for that particular one. I've done it, but sometimes learning a Chinese martial art, the names just don't get shared. You know, if a master is Chinese and doesn't have the English, you learn the stuff, the content, but they just don't bother trying to teach you unless you're fluent in Chinese. They're like, doesn't matter, just do the movements. Okay, folks, so let us now go into our 7 stars in rotations Qi Gong, please. So we start with Wu Ji. We lengthen up, chin slightly down and back, and allow yourself to return to that state of calm, quiet, stillness. calming down. Let's lengthen the fingers down. And listen behind. Ready for open door 5. Off we go. Movement 2. Changing direction. Feel your way, please. Good, and we're going to turn the palms and draw in. And change direction. Good, back to center, movement 3. And check posture. Relax to center. You maybe notice when I remember to do it, Master Lok's method of covering center is to actually link the thumbs. This is unheard of in Chen Style, but it is how Master Lok does it, so it's maybe a Taoist style of covering center. So we need to make sure that the Lao Gong points are completely overlapped, which means you have to kind of encourage the hands really into the locked position in order to line up those points. If it feels wrong for you, if it just doesn't connect well with you, just do it the Chen way, that's fine. Just put one hand on top of the other. Okay, let's continue, please. Second rep of movement 3. Keep those knees in line with the toes. Again, check posture. Relax to center. Last set. Ready? Open. Remember, try to keep that body upright. Cover center. Just give yourself that moment to notice the functioning within the body, the heart rate, the breathing, the general energetic quality. And each breath brings us gently back into balance. Good, let's release. And we have our little earth movement. Good, so now we're going into movement 4. Okay, and I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it with my back to you. We're going to turn to our southeast. So we turn the toes to southeast. I'm turning a bit further actually. This should be to the corner. I'm going a wee bit more to the side just so that you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to do our little rolling of the ball. Like a choo-choo train, we're going to start at the base of the spine, very gently turning the waist, and each repetition rise just a little bit higher. So we're feeling our way up through the vertebrae of the back. So if you were to do this thoroughly, you could do 32 circulations. That's really 64 because it's right left as 1. And feel your way all the way up the spine. Just releasing and relaxing into each level. Really important that you relax and make it a subtle, gentle, soft movement. And as we come up to the neck, make sure the top of the head is lengthening up, the chin is down and back. So as we go up the spine, the vertebrae gets smaller, the movement gets smaller until we reach the base of the skull. Good, we step to the side and flip, turn the palms and calming down. Tiger to the west, phoenix to the south, right hand comes under, we stretch the ball, turn the ball and step. Relax, everything smaller, and turn the waist, everything bigger. We release, back foot comes in and step. Breathe. And over. Step back and over. And we go into the snake for the north. So we turn the toes, turn the waist, let the arms wrap around, look behind you, over your shoulder, and press your arms away. Release, lasso the top hand, and repeat to the other side, turning the waist, look over the shoulder, press your hands away. Good, we release, we come back to center for the turtle, we sit back and down, arms forwards and up in line with the feet. Fill the back with a curve, the top of the head lengthening up, the chin slightly down and back. Feel the whole body engage, stretch to the fingertips. Keep the elbows a little bent. And release. And let's again turn to the southeast. So again, I'm turning a bit more to the side so that you can see me. You should be facing the corner. Okay, so we're going to do our movement 5, the 5 elements. We step and step through. Roll back, float up, square up, step and step through. That was gold. Now we have water. We block, step back and pierce. Block, step back and pierce. Now wood. We take a half step and a stretch. Cycle, step left, half step and stretch. Now we turn for fire. We step right, block right, left hand in front of heart, gently press forwards. There's fire. We could just do it once. Let's do it 3 times. We slide down, we step left, right hand in front of heart, and arise. Slide down 1 more time. Step right, block, and in front of heart, extend, rise. Now we have the earth element. We turn to the front and rotate the large ball. Bring the left side in. Movement 6 begins the same way. The 6 harmonies. And now we rotate, so we swing under and up, pivot on the heels, step through and open left. Back the way you came, lift up, feed the weight back, step back, swing. Turn on the heel, step through, open right, keep turning to the right and cross the arms and cycle. Cross and cycle. This is martial flowers. We step forwards right and cycle. Step forwards left and cycle. Step back left and cycle. Step back right and cycle. Turn, cross and step and step. Step back, step back, return to center, take a breath. And now we have our final movement, 7 stars in rotations, our Bagua. Ironically, it's 8 steps around, but it's movement 7. So we check posture, we relax to center. Ready? We're going to scoop. Right hand scoops under, left hand on top. Turn the ball over, push the heel out. Glide the lower hand towards the center of the circle and release. 8 steps round, starting with your back foot. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn in, hug ball, release. Lower hand towards the center of the circle. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and close. Take a breath. Find your center. Come and breathe to center. And point to the floor. Very nice. Very good. So, just chill for a moment. Let yourself process. Now, Master Lok says it's really good to do Wuji before and after your practice. Now, we haven't finished our practice. If we had time, it would be lovely now to do a stand. You know, you could do 20 minutes of standing and just feel all those beautiful movements express themselves. Having done them, the outcome is now processing through our bodies. And just like sleep, we don't learn when we're actually doing things. It's like input. When we're doing it, it's input. It's afterwards, it's when we're sleeping at night that we actually process the things that we've been exposed to during the day. And I would say that standing practice gives us a similar processing time to fully integrate and embody what we have just practiced. So whenever you're practicing on your own, please factor in some stillness or rest time for you to actually fully get the benefits and the outcome and the richness of everything that you've just practiced. We live such busy lifestyles, don't we, that we tend to shoehorn practice in and then get back to the busyness. But really, Tai Chi, it should be a question of, you know, take your watch off and stop watching the clock and just enjoy the practice. And I know that's easier said than done, but it gives a whole other outcome when we have that stillness. So maybe after class, if you have time today, you can have some stillness. You might find if you feel you have energy, standing would be the perfect practice. But if you're feeling pretty tired, I would recommend you make sure you're hydrated, make sure you have enough food in you. Not necessarily eat straight away, but make sure you're not pangs of hunger. Experiencing pangs of hunger, and then have a rest. Go and lie down, put your feet up, and just just let go and let what we've just done fully integrate. If you have to run on to work or if you have to do stuff, fine, do it. You'll still get a chance to integrate when you finally get a rest, but then you're having to integrate an entire day's worth of experiences and not just this beautiful moment of practice. But it's still good. All right, folks, so let's move on now to the Phoenix. We're going to do both sides of the Phoenix. I want you to let go a little bit. Try not to think too hard, but rather companion your body movement with your mind, and hopefully I can keep you right if you get a bit lost. Eventually we will move really almost on instinct with our Tai Chi, because we've done so many repetitions. Our body knows exactly where it's going, and so the mind can companion the body on its journey rather than going right and micromanage it the whole time. It's not necessary, but we do need to keep our awareness with what we're doing. So rather than micromanaging, we want to oversee and gently nudge, like the kind of manager you would want to have if you were working in a company, rather than someone sat over your shoulder going, okay, now you need to do this. No, you didn't do that right. Don't be that manager. Be relaxed. Experience it, enjoy it, have a go. Okay, are we ready? Both sides of the phoenix. So we have heels together to begin. Get any wee adjustments out of the way. Prepare. Start. I'm going to scoot back. From here, we open the fist and bring the other hand under. Now we expand, step the front foot forward again. Very good. How did you get on? I know it's easier said than done when someone says, don't think, just do it. Don't think, just do it. And it's a bit of a mantra for me when I'm talking to students, because you can see as soon as they let go and let themselves flow, they get it just like that. It's just, they've got it. But then they start thinking about it, you know, that, oh, I've got it. And of course that distracts them from the actual flow, and then they lose it. And it's not just they, it's us. We all do this. We all are guilty of overthinking. So if you just let yourself do it, let yourself flow, as one of my colleagues says, monkey see, monkey do. It's amazing what you can do very quickly, even if you don't know it per se. You know, you might not have the moves in your head or worked out, but if you just get into a rhythm and follow, you can do it. And that's how I learn, actually. I bypass the brain if I ever can, and just follow, just follow, just follow. And if you follow enough times, the body will learn it without the brain having to get too bothered about it. You can just go by instinct, really, go by body memory, and let the mind be a passenger rather than the driver. It doesn't mean that you're completely unconscious. You still have to keep your wits about you and keep awake and aware, but that's what we want in Tai Chi. We want the mind to be a listener, really, and let the body be the speaker. And just like a listener in a conversation, you can actually guide the conversation just by the amount of intensity of interest, and with subtle gestures you can actually change the flow of the conversation. If you don't like something, you can sort of be a bit more intense, and if something's going well, you can kind of, okay, just mellow out and smile and listen. So we don't want to overact the mind in our practice. And of course, especially Westerners, we tend to be very cerebral, very mind focused. And you might think, well, what do you mean Westerners? Easterners are also, they have brains. Yes, they do. But the Eastern mentality is somewhat different. If you see images maybe of Buddhism, for example, you see these beautiful, very serene, in lotus position, folks with their eyes closed and a gentle smile on their face. And they understand that the epitome of peaceful, tranquil, happy living is to have a quiet mind. And that is still in the Eastern mindset, that they understand that they should let go, quieten their minds in order to achieve the ultimate goal. Whereas Westerners, we tend to think if we just apply our minds a bit more, we can conquer the world with intelligence. And it's not that one way is right or one way is wrong, but certainly from the Tai Chi perspective, if you want to really get the most out of it, analyzing every little thing and controlling it with your mind is not the way to go. Because though you might have perfect control of your limbs, you won't have the serenity that if you just let go, everything will still get done, and yet you'll have a more peaceful and tranquil and enjoyable time while doing it. So East and West are like yin and yang. Neither is wrong. We need both. We need mental power, we need our faculties, we need our intelligence, but we also need a bit of peace and quiet and stillness. So Tai Chi is a perfect example of trying to marry these two concepts together. So we want our minds to function, but we want to do it in a state of calm and quiet. So the more we can just repeat in our movements, the less our mind has to micromanage and go, okay, now you do this and now you do that and don't forget to do this, because repetition will have ingrained those movements into us. So when you use this video, hope you do, look to letting go, relaxing the mind, and just follow. Once you've got to the stage you don't need to follow me anymore, you've got it, then we can companion our practice. So we're practicing together. It's not that I'm leading, maybe just setting the pace, but you're able to get into that rhythm and flow and just move together. So the mind is moving together with the body, and when we're practicing as a group, we're moving with each other rather than me telling you what to do or me looking to you to tell me what to do. Rather, we're just going literally with the flow. That's what we're aiming for. Okay, I just blather on here to give you time to rest and recover and have a wee drink. So now you've done that, let us move on to our Immortals form. And we're not going to do it on both sides. You'll be maybe glad to hear. But we do want to move and go with the flow and see, can we, more than just get it right, can we just get into that flow, get into that embodiment of the movements. Now, Master Lok has actually published a book on this form to tell us the stories behind the movements of each of the Immortals moves. And I would highly recommend that you get hold of that book. I think there's an ebook version. You can go onto his site, joelok.com. Again, the allegorical story is allegorical journey is something that has always been a part of Tai Chi. But since the Cultural Revolution, mainland China has downplayed allegory quite a lot. It's no longer quite so much storytelling, though the names of the moves all tell a story in themselves. But in Hong Kong Tai Chi and Qi Gong, the allegorical journey is still strong. So it's really that all of these moves relate to an experience or a particular vibe within our lives. And to understand the story is to understand the expression that is required or requested for us to exhibit while we're doing these movements. So that's a wee bit of homework for you. If it is your bag, you can have a look into the Immortals Crossing the Sea book by Master Lok. But for now, let's see. Even if you don't know the story, see what the movements say to you, how they express themselves. All right, are we ready? We lengthen up. And relax down. Find all 10 fingers. And we begin. Very good. How did you get on? Ooh, it's warm, huh? It's warm in here anyway. Very good. Now, actually, Master Lok has written a book. I think there's a book for each of his forms. There is definitely one for the 7 stars and rotations, Qi Gong. And actually, I'm in the middle of reading that book at the moment. I have not actually finished it. And it is very good. It is giving more of an overview. So the 7 stars and rotations Qi Gong gives more understanding of the systems and the reasoning for the movements being as they are, and just giving you really good context and a better perspective of where this work is coming from, and the ancient tradition and Chinese medical understanding of what has sculpted these movements. So I'll leave that with you. As I say, all of the information is available, as far as I know, it's still available on his website. Understanding he's not English, is not an English speaker as his first language. So anytime anything is translated, even though it is translated very well, there are sometimes, you know, you can hear the Chinese or the Hong Kong accent maybe in the wording, that it's not quite maybe as it would be worded if it was written by an English speaker. But actually I think that adds to the charm and shows an authenticity that it's from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So I hope you enjoyed that. We have actually rattled through the whole lot very quickly. We've still got about 5 minutes to spare. If there are any questions on anything, now is your chance. You can jump in. I don't see anyone running quickly to do that. So let's finish off with a little bit of silk reeling. So I'd be tempted to go into Chen Style silk reeling, but actually it's not a bad thing, because Master Lok is a great fan of Chen Style. And you know, he does a bit of Chen Style himself and is very inspired by it. So why don't we go back to good old Chen Style silk reeling? Let's do silk reeling for forward stepping today, because we always tend to do the side step, single hand and single hand stepping. So let's do the double hand. So we bring our feet together, please. We lengthen up through the top of the head, bring the chin slightly down and back. Take a nice deep breath and sigh the tension away. Very good. So I'm going to lift my right toes and we're going to turn to the corner and pop the foot down, sitting down, releasing belly, hips and knees, and we float the hands in front. And at this stage, your front palm is facing up and the back palm is facing down. And we're going to step open and forwards. Good. And now we're going to turn towards the back foot and flip the hands. And feed the weight forwards, bringing the hands in a circular motion underneath. And then we're going to turn towards the front and let the arms roll over so the hands are level with the shoulders. And feed the weight back, hands in front of shoulders. And we turn towards the back foot, circle the hands down, feed the weight forwards, circle the hands under, turn towards the front, roll the hands up, and continue. Good, now I'm going to come a wee bit forwards. You can't see my feet, but you can maybe see the hands a little bit more. So relax and breathe, gently turning, pivoting in your center. That's the driving movement. Good. And in the next move, we're going to step the back foot up, relax the arms down, and let's change, do the same on the other side. So we lengthen up and relax down. Lift the toes, turn the body, sit down. And a little bit open, step forwards. So again, we turn towards the back, flip the hands, feed it forwards. I think of silk reeling as like a lullaby for your body. It has this really beautiful, soothing, calming effect. And what's calming about it? You guessed it, it's repetition. Good. There's always a little bit of fullness in our frame. Rather than holding your body out, just allow yourself to relax and let your limbs fill with energy. Everything feels a little bit buoyant, a little bit full. Good. And then the last move, bring the back foot in. Well done. Good stuff, folks. We really cram a lot into this class, or all my classes of 1 hour, and I just push it, you know, it feels like putting a litre into a pint pot. So it is very densely packed. So that means I would really appreciate it, I think you would appreciate it, if you give yourself that bit of standing practice, or even sit quietly after class and just breathe and relax into your body and give your system a chance to really unfold all that densely packed material and integrate it into your system. Think of it, it's like freeze-dried tea or rosebuds, you know, it's all there, the potential, we've given you all the stuff, but now we need to give it time to actually release. So like you're pouring hot water on the tea, it all just kind of opens up and expresses itself. And the flower buds just, once you give them space and time, they fully express and do their job. Think of Tai Chi as medicine, but we need time to just chill out and let the medicine take effect. Folks, thank you so much for coming and joining me today. Tai Chi really is my daily medicine, and I'm just delighted to be able to share it with you and hopefully help you experience that benefit as well. Let's take right hand in a fist, please. Left hand straight together. And we salute. 学生好. And you can say, 老师好. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you. It won't be next week, folks, because Master Chen Yinjin will be in Donegal and I will be there training, hopefully, all being well, and some of you will be too. So it'll be 2 weeks' time that we'll meet again. I look forward to that. Thank you very much. See you soon.